The journey starts with the organisational values, with those core values: caring, open, responsible, respectful and inclusive, that all of our colleagues told us matter so much if we're going to be a great place to work and if we're going to deliver safe, high quality care for the people who we are here to serve.
The Team BCHC way is mainly about a set of desired behaviours that we want to see. So it's what we aim for people to be behaving like. So we aim for people to be inclusive. We want people to be open. We want them to be honest. We want them to be transparent.
The leadership and line management role is a particular one, and there are things to think carefully about in leadership and in line management to make those values come to life. So we've fleshed out what the values mean if you're a leader or a line manager. That's what the Team BCHC way is all about. That's why we're so focused on asking leaders to be compassionate, to be inclusive, to be improving, to work well in teams, because that's how we translate the values that apply to everything we do to the particular focus on leaders and line managers and how we lead the organisation in a way that brings those values to life.
My manager is Sally Wright. She's my clinical team leader and she's just fantastic. She's compassionate, she's empathetic, she's caring. I like coming to work in general, but you know, even more so when you feel more valued and you feel that somebody cares about you.
I think for me, being compassionate, open and honest and transparent are definitely key. So my philosophy is probably started when I started my career as a nurse going back 34 years ago, and some of the role models that I saw actually that supported me, and they were the ones that were very sort of fair but firm, very visible, very supportive, and actually being quite compassionate and understanding.
Bobby's been a really good mentor for me since I've been in this role. I came in fairly new to leadership because my role I've gone up clinically, so that's how I've got to where I am. So then my leadership probably wasn't as advanced as my clinical knowledge was. She's incredibly approachable. We've been through huge changes within our work recently. And Bobby's always really enthusiastic about that and how we get people on board. She always brings it back to the patients, which really helps to sell it for people and get people on board as well and get people moving with her.
So once you start becoming more reflective of your own practice and you start being more reflective of how can I show up better? How can I make sure that I'm including more people? It has a ripple effect to everything. People in your teams will then start to think differently as well. How can I make sure this patient who doesn't speak English is able to access the information that I send out in a letter? Or how do we make sure that there's an advice line that they can potentially ring where an interpreter is at the end of that call? The changes that we make within our teams will always better benefit our patients, because a lot of our team members are also patients and who also use our services here at BCHC.
So there's two things that will guide our success. The set of things we look at to judge whether we are providing a good experience for our colleagues, the staff survey, sickness absent rates, the rate at which people are leaving the organisation, and all of those measures that tell us we are a happy, healthy, well-led organisation. But the purpose of that is to provide great care to our patients. And so the absolute evidence is that if we get this leadership style right, if we live out the BCHC way because it's based on our values, we will see better care for our patients. So ultimately, those are the measures we will be looking at.